There is no perfect way to stretch. The importance is that you make it a habit. In order to make it a habit, you need to know why you're doing it. For me, I do want to recover a little bit faster, but I just like the way it makes me feel. So that being said, here are the 7 stretches I do every night before bed. Now I know what you're gonna say, it looks light out, this isn't before bed. Yes, this is just purely recording purposes. For all these stretches, try and hold them at least for about 10 to 15 seconds, and honestly, I just do 1 round of them every night. So starting off with hamstrings. Instead of just bending over and touching my toes, I truly try to hinge at my hips and keep my back flat. Next up is quadriceps. So take a knee and then try to really lunge forward on the knee that isn't down and try to keep your other leg that is down, the one that you're trying to stretch, keep it straight. Then after my quads, I will transition into my hip flexors and just focus on leaning back a little bit more and stretching out your hip flexor that is kind of right around your groin area. Then I do the same thing on the other side, just get a nice good stretch, holding again for about 10 to 15 seconds. I really try to focus on lengthening out my muscles as much as possible and holding a good stretch just when it starts to feel a little bit uncomfortable. Sit with that pain just a little bit. Next up is still your hips a little bit more, but overall your glutes and your glute medius especially. Put your foot up on some surface, I'm just using my bed here, and try and make kind of like a 90-degree angle with that leg, and then lean over to that same side that you're stretching. You should really feel it in the side, kind of like the middle of your glutes. So again, same thing on the other side, put your foot down at a 90-degree angle, keeping your back leg pretty straight, and the furthermore you lean, the more you'll stretch out your glute. Next up is also another glute stretch, but it does it in just a slightly different way that also just feels really good. Take a seat and put one foot out in front of you and take the other leg and bend it over your knee and use that as kind of like a point of leverage. Now you can be even more advanced and bend that knee and get even more of a stretch going. If you want to do more of a beginner variation of the stretch, do the classic tuck and twist sort of motion right here. You should feel this one right where your hamstring attaches to your glute. Same thing, the more you pull that one leg to the opposite side of your body, the more stretch you will feel. Now lastly, finishing up these last 2 stretches is I just bend forward and try to pull my body forward. This stretches out my lower back really nicely. Lastly, I'm finished up with just a classic downward dog, stretching out my back a little bit more. I honestly think stretching is almost a form of meditation. It's super relaxing. Everyone should do it if you just want to feel a little bit better, a little bit more relaxed before you go to bed.